Hello and welcome to this session, everyone. My name is Yogesh Mehta. In this quick session, we are going to talk about how we can use custom Jenkins home. Or in other words, I can say how we can move from default Jenkins home to the custom Jenkins home. We all know Jenkins is very popular and widely used CICD tool by the enterprises. When we do fresh install of Jenkins, by default the Jenkins home is set to home directory of Jenkins user. On Linux, it is /var/lib/Jenkins. Using this default path is not recommended. Couple of reasons behind. /var is OS file system, so we don't want to keep anything related to application on an OS file system. Every time application team have to do some maintenance, they will need access on /var/lib directory. Basically, this directory is owned by root, so system admin will not permit, or basically we as a system admin will be not happy to provide access on this particular OS directory to the application admins. Next, when Jenkins runs, basically Jenkins jobs create a lot of logs. If you got multiple jobs running, there will be multiple log files, and they will be consuming a lot of space. So we don't want application to consume space on OS file system. Instead, system admins will be very happy if application got their dedicated or own file system to run their Jenkins. So in this lab, we are going to update the default path to custom path for Jenkins. You can see on screen, we are going to change it from /var/lib/Jenkins to /app/Jenkins. Activity is very simple, sir. So first we have to stop the Jenkins server. You can perform this activity when there are no running Jenkins job or you have arranged the outage. After that, we are going to move the default home directory to the new or custom home directory. For that, I already got a separate volume group and LV, and I've created a separate mount point named /apps to mount this particular LV. This /apps will serve as application file system. Inside that, I'm going to create a directory called apps/Jenkins, which is going to be new Jenkins zone. Second thing, I have to update the ownerships to Jenkins as owner and Jenkins as group to the newly created directory. So Jenkins will be owning this directory. After that, you can do rsync. When you do rsync, no need to create new directory. Basically, you simply rsync the data, it inherits the permissions from the source to target. Otherwise, you can do cp-pa, that's up to you. Then we have to update the home directory of Jenkins user. Inside Linux operating system, simply user mode -t, new custom home, then username, which is Jenkins. Once that is done, Jenkins configuration file is /etc/sysconfig/Jenkins. We have to update the new Jenkins home path inside this file. So you can see on screen, basically this is the parameter which you have to update from var/lib/Jenkins to /app/Jenkins, or whatever custom Jenkins path you want to use. Once that is done, simply start the Jenkins server using systemctl, because most of the Linux distributions now got systemctl on for the service management. Otherwise, you can run /etc/init/Jenkins start. So this is going to start. Another thing which we have to keep in mind when we update the Jenkins home, and when you log into UI first time, it may ask you new Jenkins password. Sometimes it asks, sometimes it don't ask. So depending, in case it asks, so new Jenkins initial admin password can be found under this particular path. /apps/Jenkins is a new home, and inside secrets, initial admin password is a file which contains password. So simply copy the password from this file and put it on your UI. What validations we have to perform? Because validating a change, that's a main thing to make sure or ensure everything goes as per plan. So first thing, when you start Jenkins server, you have to ensure there are no error reported in the log files during startup. Another validation we have to do, we have to kick off a couple of test Jenkins jobs to ensure Jenkins is running as it is supposed to be. Right now we have talked about technical steps to migrate or move the things from existing to custom path, but we haven't talked about rollback, how you can roll back the things. To roll back, that's again very easy. Simply stop the Jenkins using systemctl stop jenkins.service. Once that is done, update or revert the Jenkins home inside /etc/sysconfig/Jenkins. Once that is done, simply start Jenkins server. That is going to update or roll back the configuration basically. So rollback is very easy. So let me take you through these particular steps. So it will give more confidence how you can do this activity at your own. So I'm logged on to my Jenkins server. So let's quickly see what is the current Jenkins path. You can see it is set to var lib Jenkins, which is the default one. If you want to verify the current Jenkins home or Jenkins path, you can very quickly go to Jenkins, click on Manage Jenkins, and configure system. Once you click here, it is going to take you to system configuration, which is present Jenkins configuration. And you can see here, home directory is set to /var/lib/Jenkins, which is default one. So our task is to move from here to /app/Jenkins. So let's perform these steps. So first, stop the Jenkins server. Systemctl stop jenkins.service. So Jenkins is stopped. So it's better to verify whether Jenkins stopped properly. Yeah, it's loaded but inactive. That's good. So service exit is good. You can see here code exited, status 0, which is success basically. So now let me show you the custom file system which I'm going to use. I go /apps. I created separate VG and LB. So this is going to serve as new Jenkins home. So first thing, I'm going to create a directory with the mkdir name /app/Jenkins. Directory is created. Next thing, I have to change the ownership and group ownership to Jenkins, which is requirement here. That is done. And you can use rsync or you can use cp-pm. So I will prefer rsync here to sync the data. rsync -av source is /var/lib/Jenkins, and target is /apps. So we already created a directory. It is going to put all data inside /app/Jenkins. So you can see all data is getting synced. Depending existing size of Jenkins home, it may take time accordingly. So let's verify whether data got copied or not. I'm doing ls-ln apps Jenkins. You can see all data got copied and ownership looks good. Jenkins. So that's good, guys. Next thing we have to do, we have to change the home directory of Jenkins user inside local user configuration. You can run user mode -d new custom home for Jenkins and Jenkins user. This is done. So let's verify. Yeah, it is done. You can see new custom home /app/Jenkins. So that's good. Next thing, as I mentioned, we have to make the changes inside Jenkins configuration file, where we will tell Jenkins when Jenkins start if it have to use this particular new Jenkins path. So for that, you can use vim or using vi etc sysconfig Jenkins, and this is the path which is currently set to var lib Jenkins. So we have to update that. Okay, so I'm commenting this particular entry and I'm adding new entry, updating the path here. So this looks good to me. Here, now it looks good. /app/Jenkins, that's good. So now we can start the Jenkins. Our configuration is done, our data is copied, so we are good to start the Jenkins. So systemctl start Jenkins, or as I mentioned, you can use /etc/init.d/Jenkins space start. So Jenkins is started. So let's quickly verify whether Jenkins startup goes good or giving any error. You can check var log messages. I'm doing tail. You can see it is starting the Jenkins here. Starting okay. Started Jenkins integration server. So no error reported. It means Jenkins startup is good. So far everything going good. Next thing, we have to verify that Jenkins UI is accessible and it got the new path. So you can see this is the old configuration. I have to refresh this page. So basically I'm pressing F5 here. So it is prompting to login. I'm clicking on login. So sometimes it may ask you to update the password here, but that's fine. As I mentioned in theory session, you can get the password from the secrets file. And guys, now you can see home directory is set to /app/Jenkins, which is good. So what we have validated Jenkins startup was good. Jenkins home directory is updated properly. That's good. So next thing, as a validation, we have to kick off a couple of jobs to verify Jenkins is working properly. So I can kick off a couple of jobs. Let's do that. I'm clicking on Jenkins. I've got 2 jobs configured. We can run one of job and see whether that goes good or not. This is first test job. I'm clicking here. So let me execute it. I'm clicking on build now. Build schedule. That's good. And you can see job finished successfully here. Success. Console output. So let's check console output. Clicking here. Console output. You can see test job finished successfully. This is something I have added only running this particular command. That's very easy. I'm just echoing a message, but job is running and it finished as successful. So it means guys our Jenkins is good. So that's an easy way to update Jenkins. Keep the old Jenkins configuration which is /var/lib/Jenkins for a couple of days in case you have to roll back or you got some issue. Basically that's not needed. You can restore it from backup or you can move the data from your snapshot or whatever way you are restoring things on your setup. And you can simply rm-rf/var/lib/Jenkins because this is no more needed. So guys, these were easy steps to change existing Jenkins home to some custom path. Thanks for watching this video. If you have any query, any suggestion, you can post a comment on my YouTube channel. Thanks a lot.